What's poppin', everyone? What's going on? All right, here. Let me go ahead and start the live train real quick. Yo, yo. What's good, guys? What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? Let me get everything ready here. All right, there we go. Yo, guys, it's been so long, bro. If it actually feels like it's been like 2 weeks without trading. Definitely a well-needed weekend, though, for sure. Yeah, anyways, okay, so coming to market open, first things first, to get started, I'm sure you guys saw we don't really have any news to get started, for the week. The only news that we have for this week is kind of on Wednesday. That's the usual news. Or my bad. Wednesday is FOMC, which obviously I'm not even gonna bother touching. But today, tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, we don't have anything, which is a little bit surprising. It's kind of more of like a breather, like a break. All right. So hopefully, with us not being able to get any sort of news for the week, for at least for now, you never know. Maybe Trump says something last second, and you know the deal. All right, but for now, hopefully the volume looks pretty good. I mean, coming into market open, it looks pretty reasonable. I mean, it doesn't look horrible. So we could probably do something off this. Now, coming into market open, first thing I will say is we did set these two lows right here, the Asia low, which we kind of already took out, and then we created a London low, like maybe like a point 2 3 points lower. So I'm labeling this level a London slash Asia low, which regardless, we took out both of them coming to market open off of the first candle, which was a little bit weird. I'm sure you guys saw it, but we pushed up, then we pushed down like crazy. But more of the story, we ended up taking out the downside liquidity. So our bias for now is definitely leaning a little bit more towards bullish. And the reason I'm saying that, guys, is pretty obvious. We took out the low, right? We're currently sweeping as price is currently holding above it, the usual. And on top of that, we're also getting a lot of buying pressure kicking in. So with this candle having about 2 minutes and 30 seconds left into it, what we could do is, if we push up just a little bit more to the upside, I'm talking maybe 15 points more, that'll be perfect. We could probably get a continuation model into this internal high up here and take longs into possibly up here, and maybe even all-time highs if the buying pressure looks right. Now, I will say it is going to be a little bit hard, for sure, mainly because this candle already pushed up 40 points. How much more buying pressure do we have in this candle to go just a little bit higher? All right. There's a red folder for unemployment. Oh yeah, that's every Thursday. That doesn't really do anything. That's every Thursday, like ever. You know what I mean? But yeah, in the meantime, let me go ahead and check if my YouTube is live here. What's good, YouTube? What's going on, guys? What's going on? All right, let me go ahead and put out that I'm live here on YouTube. One sec. But yeah, let's see what we can make out of this candle. Now, I really want this candle. Okay, maybe this. Oh, no. I'm gonna tell you guys the game plan right now, because it might sound a little bit confusing at first, but let me show you guys. Give me one sec. Okay, check this out. All right. So I was really hoping. I doubt we're gonna do it in the next minute unless we get like the most random buying pressure to kick in. But I doubt that happens. All right. So what's pretty much gonna happen here, or what I want to happen here, is I really want this candle right here to really push up. If we're able to push up, we're able to create some sort of a gap here that we can then use to then take a continuation model into these highs up here and maybe even higher up here. All right, but obviously in the next minute, in the next 55 seconds, we're probably not going to get anything, or we're probably not going to get much. I really hope I'm wrong, but let's just say that we don't get much, right? The problem is, obviously, you guys know that we need a 40-point candle to create a fair value gap. All right. Now, if this candle closes and we don't really form the craziest gap, or we don't even form a gap at all, the next candle, obviously, we would want another fair value gap to form. But the problem is here, guys, is, let's say, for example, we close like up here, right? If we push up 40 points, right? 40 points is pretty much our price target. So if we create a fair value gap going forward, we won't be able to take longs into our objectives. All right. So if this candle right here, which is not going to either way, it has 15 seconds left, we're not going to see a push up. All right. What we need this candle to do right here is, for the next candle, we need the next candle to sell off, right? We need like a little mini sell off, right? Like something down here. Then for the next candle, the next 5-minute candle, right after the one that's about to form, we need that one to then push up once again and create 40 points around this area right here. You guys get what I'm saying? Because right now, if we push up 40 points, we're not going to have a valid trade to then take into our objective. We're going to have like what? Like maybe it's going to hit our price target, or maybe it's going to be like a 10-point trade. We don't need that. We don't want that. All right. So what we need from this candle right here, right, is for us to sell off. Right, the next candle opens up, we push up, we create a fair value gap, and then we use that this next candle right here to then trade into longs. All right, because obviously we're not really looking forward to shorts at least yet, because obviously you guys saw it. We took out the Asia low, we took out the London low, we're sweeping or we're holding above it. We were getting some buying pressure, so our bias is definitely leaning more towards bullish, as long as price is able to hold above this level right over here. All right, but who knows? Who knows? Keep in mind, the market opened up 15 minutes ago. We don't know what the confirmed trend is. We're just leaning more towards something as we get confirmations as we go, pretty much. All right. Now, I'm also hoping that today isn't a choppy day. You know what I mean? It's a Monday with no news, so you never know. It's really a 50-50. All right. What if ES hasn't taken out the lows? Then probably will probably have enough room for lower, right? And you are right. Yeah, we never took out any of the lows to the downside here. So yeah, in fact, we took the highs here, on ES. So yeah, maybe we do continue lower. It's gonna be one of these days, guys, where we really need to be patient with our buys, because from the looks of it, now that you mentioned it, NQ took out the lows, ES took out the highs. So now we have to see which one is stronger and trade with that strength into the, you know what I mean, into the direction. So we'll see. But so far, while we wait for these two to kind of decide which one is stronger, I'm assuming we're gonna be kind of chopping up a little bit. So I'm gonna give it, a little bit of time, a few minutes to kind of, see what we do. Now, if you want to go to the downside, guys, in order for us to be bearish, it's pretty simple, right? First and foremost, we could be bearish as long as the selling pressure kicks in, as long as ES holds below this level of liquidity, which is, the level that we swept, right? Let me turn this off real quick. The level that we swept right over here, right? So obviously you guys know we have this Asia high that we created last night, right? Actually, right off market open on Sunday, right? We created this Asia high, we took it out right over here. We swept it, recently, because obviously we're holding below the level of liquidity, and now we're going right back down into these two levels of liquidity, which is the London and Asia low. All right. Now, in order for us to be very, very bearish on NQ alongside ES, what we need to do is simply just hold below the level that we swept with enough selling pressure, and that's it. Now the problem is our next level of liquidity is 20 points away. So I don't know if we're able to get so much of a trade here, because these two levels of liquidity, they're 25 points away. You know what I mean? So I'm still kind of like deciding what I want to take here. Not that I even have a setup in the first place, but we'll see whatever forms first. And obviously if the confirmations look right. But yeah. Anyways, what do you think of the 865 inverse from Thursday? The 865 inverse. Are you talking like for today? I checked for yesterday. I don't have any levels. I'm assuming you're talking about this one on the 15-minute time frame, right? Yeah, it's mostly a wick. It's still fair value gap though. Yeah, it doesn't look so bad. I probably wouldn't inverse it just because it's below two levels of liquidity. So before we even inverse it, we're probably gonna reverse from it. You know what I mean? But right now we're getting more of a buying candle here. I was hoping that this candle can hold down just a little bit more for the next candle. If we do push up, we can create a fair value gap around here, and we just use that to then trade into these two highs up here. Because I feel like our only hope at getting a setup for today, guys, would have to be in this range right here. Because keep in mind, guys, we already took out the lows. Once we take out the highs, it's kind of over. You know what I mean? It's going to be really hard to decide what the bias is going to be when we took out both the objective to the upside and to the downside. I mean, to the upside and to the downside. My bad. So we're going to see. We're going to see for sure. 2009.63. Wait, what? Actually, no. That's not a level. The 5-minute? No, whether we have that level or not, we already took it out in these two candles right here. So that's not even, no, that's not gonna be valid. But I'm really hoping that this next 30-minute, this next 5-minute candle is able to create a gap. The thing is, I just don't want it to be closing. I don't want it to close up here because, let's say for example, right, the next candle opens up literally right here, right? In order to create 40 points, it's gonna be right at our price target. And if we take a continuation model, we're gonna get like 10 points max. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to do that for our first objective. So I was hoping that this candle can hold down all the way down here before we open up the next candle, and then the next candle we create the fair value gap. But let's see. Yeah, this candle's about to break the highs, which is what we wanted to see. But if we want 40 points, maybe there's something on the 15-minute. Nah, there isn't. Because yeah, if we want to push up here, look, guys, the fair value gap. Look, our price target is 23,000, pretty much on the dot, right? We're targeting 23,000. The fair value gap will close at 22,991. We get like a 10, 15 point retracement. We'll be looking at like maybe 20 points for a first price target. I mean, would you guys want to work with that if we do end up getting the fair value gap, or would you guys just want to wait for a better looking setup? Check the 15-minute on ES. Let me see. ES doesn't really have anything interesting on the 15-minute. Although it looks like it would have something interesting, it doesn't. Because we have a fair value gap here, I would say, but we've been in versus fair value gap. Like this gap has been filled completely. Yeah, 9 points. It was a valid one, but here we don't have one. 7 points. Even if we did have one, we filled it. And why would we want to be taking longs when we already took the objective on ES at least? You know, I would want to take it more on NQ as it has more strength. And now you guys see what I mean, right? We're starting to create the gap here, but the problem is once again, if we push up into that 40-point mark, we're not gonna have any room to the upside. I mean, we can still take it. It's just gonna be not the best. You know what I mean? But we'll see. We have about 3 minutes left into this candle. We needed to push up about what, 20 points? 20 more points. Let me see. Into 991. Yeah, about 22 points left. So if we have enough buying pressure, we could probably form a gap here. But I really wanted to target. I really want to take longs into this objective, but I just don't want to chase it if we don't have a setup. Obviously, maybe we have something on the 30-minute. We kind of do, honestly. I mean, we've been inversed it though. Yeah, we've been in versus 30-minute for the longest time. I'm not gonna. I don't ever take gaps from the 30-minute, but if we were like really desperate for a setup, I would say this would be like the only valid setup that we can really take. Which doesn't look bad, honestly. It really doesn't. But by the time I prepare, by the time I alert and everything, it's, you know what I mean? It's going to be way too late either way. Honestly, this setup wouldn't even be so bad. But I will say, I don't even have that much experience training off the 30-minute. I don't know how respected the fair value gaps really are. So if worst case, I'll just wait for this 5-minute to do whatever it wants to do. And this 30-minute actually looked really good. 50 points. Not the best, but it's definitely still pretty valid. Not that it's getting super respected. I mean, the first time that we invested was based off this one right here, and you would have gotten stopped out right there. And we're getting more of a rejection here. I'm really hoping that at least this 5-minute candle can hold up here. Maybe I can work with something. Maybe we could target this internal high as our first PT, and then we just hold most contracts for the Asia high. Maybe we could do that. But yeah, I don't really think that we're gonna form a gap here either way. We have 1 minute and 30 seconds left in this. Although it did look really good at first. Unless we get like the most random push up here into the highs. I mean, we're talking like what, maybe like, yeah, it's still 20 points. I mean, we have 1 minute left. 20 points isn't impossible, but with this volume, it's kind of, you know. Yeah, no, we're getting another rejection here. I'm hoping today's not going to be one of those days where we have to stay cash. Because I was really looking forward to trading today. There's a fair value gap on the 5-minute time frame on the 3rd of July. Whatever gap we have, it's not really nearby. It's not like we can really take anything. Yeah, there's nothing here on the 5-minute. We didn't form everything here. Guys, I don't know. This 30-minute gap here, I'm not going to take it, but it's really tempting, honestly. It actually looks really good. Look at this. Because you have the DOL sweep, you have room for higher. It's just that buying pressure is really lacking there. It's not something I would take, but definitely is a pretty nice looking setup, I will say. Yeah, so far nothing super good. What about the 3-minute gap? I don't trade off the 3-minute time frame. I only use the 5 and 15-minute for the entries. No News Monday can be so choppy. Well, we've had days where No News Monday is like one of the best days of the week. You know what I mean? It's really a 50-50. Now, I'm not gonna say that the volume is bad. It's really not. I mean, we're getting some movement in between these candles. The problem is we just don't have momentum. We don't have a direction. You know. So we'll see. 1 second for running. Bro. Outright card, amazing, amazing. I love it. How come the 5 minute isn't valid at 850? Well, even okay. This candle is not. Yeah, it's not much. It's 18 points, and even if it was valid, we took it out here, so we wouldn't even be able to take it. You know. But yeah, no, there's no gap here, man. Remember, always measure out the candles just to make sure that there's an imbalance there, because some candles might look like a gap, but they're really not. Based on the levels that we're bouncing from Asia and on the levels starting upside downwards. Wait, where'd you get the high from? Wait, what time frame is that? Kenny. What card do I have? I have a C8. 15 minute. Oh, I'm assuming you marked out this high then, right? Yeah, David, why does my layout on TradeVate change the default every once in a while? I'm not sure. If anything, just save your layout and just like put it again. The 1 minute does look decent. Well, even if it does look decent, there's not much of like the volume is not the problem. That's not what our concern is about. The problem is just we're not getting so much of like we're not getting movement in the market. You know what I mean? Like we have volume, like we're going up, we're going down, it looks good, whatever. But like if we could do get a trade, I'm sure we can get a good movement. You know, like a good move into our direction. But the problem is we just don't have like a direction. Like we're almost 30 minutes into market open, and we're still stuck on the same area that we kind of opened up at. You know what I mean? It's not like we can really work off something here. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe the market kind of wakes up soon. I'm really hoping. I just don't want us to just shoot up like crazy and not get a setup into longs, because these two levels right here. I mean, it's you know what I mean. They're acting more like magnets, I would say, because we took out the downside already. You know what I mean? The only reason I would say we go down, which it doesn't even look like that good, is with ES. You know what I mean? If ES wanted to shoot down because of the dual sweep and all stronger and everything, but ES is kind of following NQ. You see what I mean? So we're probably gonna continue going higher. It's just what setup do we have to really use? We had a 30 minute, but it's not being respected at all. You know what I mean? We've inversed this fair value gap like 4 times already, and it keeps getting rejected back down. So we're obviously not going to be taking that one. On the 50 minute, we don't have anything to work with, do we? No, we don't. It's 25. It looks like it. You know what I mean? It really does look like it, but we still don't have anything to work with off the 50 minute, and off the 5 minute time frame, we also don't have anything to work with. So I guess it's just a waiting game. We already have not all the confirmations. We have the DOL sweep, which is the most important one. So we know exactly where the market wants to go to. It's just we're missing. We have the MSS model. We have the DOL sweep. We're missing the fair value gap, and we're missing a little bit more volume to obviously create the gap and shoot into it. The 5 minute gap from Thursday. We don't have anything from Thursday. Not that I see, at least. Yeah, no, there's nothing here on the 5 minute. Yeah, no, we don't have anything. Now, keep in mind, guys, my my game plan, I would say it's still valid. You know what I mean? What's it called? What we could do here is, once again, we could still sell off just barely above this London high right here. And if we sell off and we push back up, we can still create a gap to the upside. You know what I mean? It's just I don't want to create a gap anywhere here because obviously you guys know what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? We're gonna get a setup to close our price target, and we're just not gonna be able to take it. All right. But let's see. Maybe we sell off into around this low right here, and maybe we can work off something there. How do you create those lines that you use to mark out the DOLs? It's simple. Just go to the second like row or section right here. Click this arrow, go all the way down to horizontal ray, and then you can just place it anywhere. All right, let's see. Oh, I said an alert by accident. There you go. But anyways, we're getting some selling here. Maybe we can create a setup here because if anything, we can get more of an inverse here as well, which would be. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of prefer inverses more than continuation models. It's just like it's like an entry without thinking. You know, like, oh, are we gonna retrace? Is it the bottom? Like, are we gonna bounce? You know what I mean? But continuation models are just as good. I just prefer inverses a lot more. But yeah, maybe with the selling coming in, we could probably create a gap here. Yeah, there it is. Oh, well, 3 points away. But yeah, we're getting a lot of selling pressure now. Now, once again, guys, if we hold below this London low, as long as we hold below it, our bias will stay bearish. All right. But if we go back into this London low, we create a gap and we go right back up, we could possibly look to inverse this and target these highs up here. This is what I wanted. I didn't want to take any longs up here. So let's see if we can form something. But yeah, there's the fair value gap for sure. Yeah, for sure we have it now. Okay, perfect. Now, for the next 2 minutes, this is gonna tell us exactly what we're gonna do in the markets. Once again, if we hold below this level of liquidity, we're gonna stay bearish. If we hold above it, we're gonna look for an inverse. All right, guys. But yeah, so far ES is selling off like crazy as well. We're probably gonna shoot down into the Asia low down here. So now we're finally cooking up some setups. You know what I mean? Finally. But let's see. Remember, guys, as long as this candle holds above it, right, and we close above it, we're going to be bullish and we're going to be looking to inverse this gap. But remember, I'm also hoping that we don't get a lot of buying pressure right now, like right this instant, because if we do end up getting it, obviously we're going to close the gap and then we're going to go back to not having any setup. Didn't we already sweep? Yeah, we did. But remember, as long as price always holds above that level of liquidity until we take out the next one, we're going to stay bearish. I mean, bullish. My bad. We're going to stay bullish. But yeah, I'm really hoping that we just don't push back up because if we do, then there's a setup. You know what I mean? So we have this candle to not push up and the next candle not to push up. So let's kind of hope and see. All right, I'm really hoping we don't just get a push up here. And we're getting the push up. If anything, we could probably take it on ES, but NQ kind of cooked with the setup there. Let's just try again next Monday, bro. Yeah, guys, we surprisingly just fully reversed this candle. I mean, we still have a minute left. And who knows? Maybe we can get another sell-off. But from the looks of it, if anything, worst case, we could probably take ES, unless ES goes up as well. You jinxed him? Probably. I'm known for doing that. Yeah, but guys, we almost had a perfect setup. But yeah, no, we fully reversed the candle from red to green. Wow. Well, back to waiting. I mean, we do have a fair value gap. I'm hoping that we can sell off a little bit more on ES. Worst case, guys, we could probably take something on ES. I know you guys don't like ES all that much. Or maybe you do. It's not really a huge difference. It just reacts a little bit slower. Now, the only problem with ES is just we won't be able to have a bullish bias. We're gonna have to take shorts off this gap right here. Because remember, we have the Asia high. We took it out. We swept it. We formed the MSS model. We have a main high, lower high, bearish bias. And we have a bearish rally gap into room for lower, right? And even a gap below, and maybe even the London low below. All right, so if anything, guys, we're gonna have to be focusing on ES for now. Let's scrap NQ out of, let's take NQ out of the picture, because obviously we can't work off anything here. I mean, the volume looks good, it looks reasonable, we have a bias and everything. It's just it's too, like, you know not tradable right now. So for now, as long as this 5 minute holds below the fair value gap, we should be able to get a setup into the short below, somewhat like this. Now, obviously, right now NQ is kind of pushing up a little bit, so maybe this ES setup could be cooked as well. But who knows? Who knows? What's the ticker for ES? MESU5. Let's see. Wouldn't ES be done too with the candle not being more than 40, 90 points? Well, you got to keep in mind, majority of the candle is a body candle. Now, if the candle looks like this, then yeah, it's definitely not a fair value gap. You know what I mean? Like, most of the candles are wick. But with ES, a good part of the candle, like a good portion of it, is mostly a body. So there's active volume in this body from here to here is active volume. All right, and if you measure out the whole candle, it's more than 10 points, which will make it a valid fair value gap. Now, all we need now is for the next 3 minutes, we just don't fill this gap right here. All right, we maybe in the next one we could, who knows, whatever. But in this one, as long as, if we want a valid setup, we need this candle right here to stop going up, like starting now. Let me kind of get this ready just in case we do end up getting an entry somewhere. 686.25 and 6. I'm a little bit worried up with the buying. Like, it's there. It's definitely there, and we still have 2 minutes left in this candle. So who knows? Who knows? But yeah, let me start moving over to ES over here, just in case. Let me fix my OBS real quick. There you go. There you go. But yeah, worst case, maybe we target this London low instead first. London Asia slash, or let's do London slash Asia first. London slash Asia deal. Well, so we could target all two first, and then we could target 286 after, which will be the volume, the gap fill right here. You guys know we have a gap right here that we haven't filled, and then we have the London low right down here, which will be 276 as well. So pretty much, guys, pretty simple. Are we looking for right now? Once again, we have Asia high. We swept it. MSS model. We know it's an MSS model because obviously we went from creating higher highs, higher lows into now creating main high, main low, lower low, lower low. All right, so the trend is bearish. Do we have room for lower? We do. We have London, gap fill, and London once again. We have a continuation model right here, so we can look for a retracement into this, followed with about a 5 to 6 point rejection. We take shorts, we target these two lows, we take profit, and then we target the rest with our runners. That's the full game plan right now, guys. That's what we're aiming for. So yeah, hopefully you guys understood that part. So once again, we're looking for about a 5 point rejection. I would say 5 points is pretty reasonable. About 5 points. from the gap. So that would be about right here. So if we can break below this candle low right here, and I think news came out, something came out. This candle looked really good. But anyways, we're gonna see right now. All we need is simply just a retracement. We have the whole game plan pretty much laid out. It's just we need that one entry point, and then we could take something on ES. Now, once again, I would love to take NQ, and I really would. But the problem is we just don't have any setups. Anytime we try forming one, it just closes out like almost instantly. So ES is kind of our or like our only hope here. Um, but yeah, hopefully we're able to get more of a retracement here. It's about like what, like 2 points away. What contract is yes? MESU. Yeah, MESU5. How many points do you stop? I usually use about 5 to 6, typically 5. But if I use 3 minutes on NQ, you would use like 5 around there, like 4 or 5. Have you ever thought about trading US 30? Isn't US 30 ES just for forex? And then I'm pretty sure US 100. No, wait. I always get them confused. Isn't US 100 NQ? Right? Something like that. I don't know. I don't trade forex. That's about it. No, Dow is US 30. Ah, okay. Have you thought about trading Dow? Not really. I've never really heard of anyone really trading Dow Jones like that. It's not really like the most looked up to ticker to trade. How many contracts? I mean, how many MES cons is 10 MNQ? I typically do about 20, and I make about the same amount. Isn't NASA 100 on forex? Isn't NASA? There's like 100 million names of the same index. There's US 100. There's NASA 100. There's NQ. There's MNQ. You know, you trade 20 contracts. Yeah, for ES, typically when I take my full size trades on NQ, I do 10. But you guys know ES doesn't move as fast or as aggressive as NQ. So although you're probably sizing the same on ES and NQ, you will notice that you're making a lot more on NQ rather than ES. So if you want to make the same amount and make the same amount for that same exact move, I typically double my size for ES. So if I do 10 on NQ, I typically do about 20 on ES, and I make about the same amount. You're missing out trading wheat. Dude, you could trade orange juice, bro. Yeah, there it is. NQ, US 100, MNQ, QQQ, TQQQ, and yeah, dude, there's like a million names, bro. But yeah, guys, by the way, ES is selling off a lot stronger than NQ. So if we are able to get some sort of a retracement with an entry, the shorts will actually look really good because obviously we know that ES is definitely in a lot more control than NQ is. Now, hopefully we don't sell off too much to then hit the price target without an entry because then we're really screwed. I mean, we don't have an entry on NQ, we don't have an entry on ES, we can't get anything. All right, so yeah. How many points stop loss? Usually for ES, I usually use about 5 to 6, depending on the volume and everything, about 5 to 6. But it's typically the same thing. So today I'll probably use about like what, like maybe 5-ish around there. But yeah, no, guys, we are getting a lot of selling right now. I was really hoping that we're able to get a retracement. We still could. As long as we don't take out this level of liquidity, we're good. But man, we are getting a lot of selling on ES. A lot more than NQ for sure. An entry off this would have been beautiful. But so far, nothing. I mean, we could still get a retracement. Who knows, man? Who knows? But with this amount of selling, it's probably more likely that we're gonna hit the price target before the take profit. I mean, before the entry. Let me open up ES. Wait, no, I was about to say I'm pretty sure we created a gap here, but no, we didn't. It's like 5 points. Yeah, guys, we're probably gonna see that price target, man. I mean, if we get enough selling, it's not like I even have anything to trade here. Yeah, no. Because yeah, we are getting a lot of selling right now. We're probably not gonna retrace into this. In order for us to retrace all the way 8 points, that's pretty much a brand new fair value up to the upside. If you want to retrace 8 points to the upside to then get a retracement to then go back down, that's really, you know what I mean? The price target is right there. We're probably gonna take it out, especially with the selling coming in. But who knows? Who knows? You know what I mean? But in terms of a setup right now, the only thing we have to work with is ES, and we're probably not even gonna get that right now. You know, like look at the selling. The, guys, the two times that we've had a setup, it either didn't close or it just went straight into our price target. So I guess we gotta keep waiting for something a little bit better to form here. Now if NQ closes below, I mean we could do what we did on. Let me show you guys. We could do what we did on. I think it was Wednesday, right? The first. I think whatever. It doesn't even matter. But guys, in one of our live trading sessions, what we did is, remember, guys, I'm sure you guys remember this. We got a bunch of selling pressure coming in, right? We took out one level of liquidity, we took out another one, and we still had enough selling pressure to inverse this fair value gap, and we still took shorts. So worst case, although we, you know what I mean, we could take out these two levels of liquidity, we could still probably inverse this 5 minute gap, this 5 and 15 minute gap over here, and target this low right down here, as long as the buying pressure looks strong. I don't know. Right now we're kind of retracing a little bit. It's not enough to really like be like, oh yeah, guys, we're gonna see this retracement, but who knows? Who knows? It's definitely a step in the right direction. You know what I mean? We still haven't taken out the level of liquidity to a downside, so we definitely still have room for lower, but we just need this this retracement over here. Maybe we do get it. Who knows? Because we haven't really taken out anything, in fact. So for yes, is our take profit 25 points? No, definitely not. It's about, let's say for example, right, we reject 5 points from here from the midpoint, right? We get a 5 point rejection. Our entry will be around 6,298, right? So from 6,298, we have our PT1 at this London and this Asia. So we're looking at about 6 to 8 points around there. So that'll be like more than a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio trade. And then from 298, we can look to target the that's about 12 points, and then the rest will be just runners, which we're probably not gonna see. But yeah. Wait, we might have a fair value on NQ. Um, I don't really see. I don't really see where you see a fair value gap. But if anything, just send it over to me on the 5 minute. Yeah, no, definitely not. Definitely not. It's chop, 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 chop. There's no gap anywhere. It's wick, 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 wick. Yeah. So the candle with the fair value gap, it's been more than 5 points. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Like in order to find a fair value gap on ES, in order to find a fair value gap on ES, typically you would want to look for a full candle that's about 10 or more points, like this one right here, right, which is 11 points. Now, when you're looking for a continuation model and you're looking for a retracement followed with a rejection from that fair value gap, you want to be making sure that you get about a 5 point rejection from that gap. All right. So let's say, for example, once again, we retrace into the gap, right? We retrace into the midpoint. From the midpoint, if we reject down 5 points, your entry would be right here over at 6,298, and your stop loss would be placed over at 6,303, which is where we rejected from. All right, I got you, bro. I got you. But yeah, so far, guys, although it did look like we were gonna get a retracement, so far it's kind of more of like a doji candle. Not much really happening right now. We've been chopping up quite a bit. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. But as long as the setup is there, I mean, we can do anything. We can do anything. David, what about this fair value gap below? I have that one marked out. The thing is, wait. Do I have it marked out? Let me see. David, what about the fair value below? We checked it a few times from it. If we image will be valid. Okay, so this is from the 5-minute time frame. Maybe I missed marking that one out. I don't really see it. Oh, all the way down here. Well, this one is a little bit far away. We would definitely like hit our price targets beforehand. So it's valid. Wait, actually, are you talking about this one? Wait, maybe you're talking on NQ. Hold up. Yeah, I do have it marked out. I have it marked out on the 15-minute though, right here. It's the one that I told you guys, like, hey, if we do sell off and whatever, we could still definitely inverse it if the selling pressure looks right. Yeah, it was the same exact gap that you marked out. So good on your end. You have it marked out. You just have it marked out from like the 5-minute perspective. Kind of far. Yeah, it's really far. It's really far. Now NQ is really pushing up here, like a lot. When ES isn't really following along, which is a good sign. If we go into the gap and we reject, we would know that it would show us that we have a lot of selling pressure coming in. Because obviously ES is the weaker one today. It's the more bearish one. But I'm really hoping that NQ can push ES just a little bit higher into this gap over here. I'm really hoping for it. I don't understand why sometimes you say 40 minus 5 points to be fair. What? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, 40 to 45. 40 points is the usual like bare minimum that you need for a valid gap. Anything above is better. You know what I mean? The more the better. I would say the more volume there is in the candle, the more respected it'll probably be. But yeah. Uh Now I thought the markets would be after a long weekend. Well, typically they're typically like this after long weekends. After holidays and all that stuff. It's just the market's warming up. Think of it like that. Yeah, I agree. I agree. 40 or 5 points to be a fair value gap. No. Okay, maybe you're getting confused. All right, on NQ, right? The ticket that we trade the most in the Nasdaq, typically minimum 40 points. On ES, right, which is the S&P 500, you need 10 points with a 5-point rejection. Maybe you're getting confused there. But yeah, how many contracts are you using on ES? If I do end up taking a trade on ES, I'll probably do 20 micros. 20 micros. But yeah, anything on NQ, anything bare minimum is 40 points. Anything above it is good. We're getting a little bit of a push up here. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really expecting us to really get a retracement here, but who knows? I mean, hopefully I don't jinx it. You know what I mean? We're right. We haven't hit it yet, but we're right there. Hopefully we can see it soon. How much are you sized for a 4,500 drawdown? Good question. Let me tell you right now. Hold up. Calculator. Okay, but so 4,500 divided by, let's say, 5 to 6 losing trades, you should be risking about $900 per trade. So if you're gonna be trading NQ, I would say to typically size about 15 micros wouldn't be so bad. Are we on ES? Yeah, we are. Yeah. Yeah. So if you have a 4,500 drawdown, um, yeah, like 15 micros is pretty reasonable. Because with 10 micros, you're typically losing about 600 to 700 per trade. So with an extra 5, yeah, like about 900 around there. Yes. The micro contract on ES is MESU5. Yes. But yeah. Hopefully we get a really really nice selling candle off this candle right here, because we're about to get a retracement right now. But the only thing is NQ is kind of pushing up, and to be fair, NQ is kind of holding above this level of liquidity. So we have to see which one is stronger. Is it the downside on ES or the upside on NQ? Because obviously, whichever one is stronger is going to make the other side really follow along with it. It's going to be forced to follow along. What do you think is the best prop firm? I have two of my favorite prop firms. It's Apex and Top Step. Both really good firms. I've never really tried any other firm, and I don't really think I will. I just hear so much drama with so many other firms, guys. It's such a headache, bro. So if anything, guys, if you guys are gonna be like using prop firms, use MFF, Top Step, or Apex. Obviously, my favorite one, being the only one that I use 99.99% of the time, is gonna be Apex. But Top Step is also really good. It's really beginner friendly. But yeah. But yeah, all right. Anyways, we are inside of the fair value gap finally. I wasn't really expecting it, and we still have room to go lower. It's just the problem is we need this buying pressure right here to really die down here. All right. So if we're able to make this buying pressure really die down on NQ and ES follows along, and we get a 5-point rejection from this gap right over here, we can get ourselves a pretty nice short into these price targets below. And our entry will be around like 6,297. But that's if we get selling. Obviously, we could still go a little bit higher. The buying pressure is a little bit too aggressive right here. But I wouldn't say it's so aggressive to the point where we fully reverse, especially now that we don't have a reason to. But you never know the market. You really don't. Now on the 15-minute time frame, we could have something here as well. So let's say worst case, our main setup, which will be short on ES or a bearish bias on ES. If this doesn't really hold down, and we end up inversing this fair value gap, I'm sure we're probably gonna have enough buying pressure on NQ to then create another fair value gap on the 15-minute that we can probably then use. But it's really hard to tell right now. It's really really hard to tell. I guess right now it's kind of like a waiting game to see what we do off this gap, whether we reject from it or inverse it. If we inverse it, I'll just move on over to NQ, which is obviously the stronger one to the upside. But if we do reject from it, obviously I'll focus on the weaker one or the stronger one to the downside, which would be on ES. But let's see. Anyways, let me see. Honestly, so a lot of people with beefing up prop firms, best way to do it is make your money in some go capital. Yeah. Always. Yeah. Yeah. There's drama with every prop firm. I don't know why. You would imagine that a prop firm wouldn't have drama, but it's just lack of payouts, rug pulling, no support, blah blah blah. The whole thing. All right, we're getting. Wait. Hold on, I'm not even prepared. Yo, wait. Did we get a 5-point reject? Oh, I was about to say, bro. Hold on. Let me lock in real quick because I wasn't expecting a I look away for 2 seconds, bro. Okay, let me kind of lock in real quick. Okay, so if we have a PT, yeah, I'll be 1-to-1 rest reward, which wouldn't be bad at all. So we can have something like this all the way down into here, and then we can have something like this, which will look like this. Boom, 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 perfect. And if we place our stop loss, it will probably be placed around 6.302 point. Let's just do 6.303. Be more reasonable. So let's kind of just move this one tick higher, just to make it even right there. And Q not really rejecting, but it's rejecting. It got a green to red candle flip, which is beautiful. So yeah, guys, if we do end up breaking below 6.297, we could take shorts. All right, which we're pretty much 1 point away. So let me get this ready. Let me get this going. There's the break. Let me see if I can find an entry real soon. I gotta get this alert going real quick. Let me see. I might just enter shorts. If we can hold below 297, I'll do 20 contracts into shorts to target these lows right down here. But that selling pressure was really, really interesting. It actually looks really strong. It looks really nice, I will say. Yeah, so far no entry just yet. And the main reason as to why I didn't enter is because I wasn't paying attention. I was getting the alert ready. So as we're working and we're doing all these pullbacks, I guess it's good because we're not in yet. All right, let's see. But we're about to get another reaction here. So have your mouse over the sell button and be ready, guys. Yo, I feel like I've seen this candle before. Like this has happened. Maybe some deja vu. All right, let's see. Can we hold below 6297? Yes, I mean NQ is kind of breaking these lows right here, which is a good sign. We just need ES to really follow along here and be the weak one. Make sure everything's looking good. Price targets, stop loss. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. Keep in mind, we're still not in yet. We're still waiting on more of a rejection here. We're kind of just wicking it out right now. So nothing crazy. But once we break below that, we should be good for the rejections. All right, there it is. All right, I'm in shorts, guys. I'm in shorts. There's that really strong rejection that we want to see right there. Let me place my stop loss. It's going to be placed at 6303, so I'm going to buy 20 stop there. Put out this alert real quick. There we go. All right, perfect. All right, so our first price target would obviously be this London low. If we could see that, we'll probably take out maybe 12 to 15 contracts, and we then just hold the rest for some extra money to the downside. But yeah, NQ is looking a lot weaker than ES is now, which it can obviously still lead ES to go lower, which is an amazing sign. We would want to target this level instead, or maybe this New York low instead. That'll also be really nice. But yeah, let's see. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't get the entry that I wanted. I definitely wanted something around the 6297 to 298 entry, but obviously by the time we wait for the selling and everything to kick in, obviously we're not gonna get that. We're probably gonna get 1 or 2 points below. All right, so I ended up getting a fill myself at 6,296.25, which isn't the worst, but isn't the best. But obviously, once again, while we wait for what's it called, the selling pressure to kick in and everything, you know what I mean? We're probably not gonna see it. I'm assuming if we see the price target, we should be able to be up maybe $200 to $300 on the trade, which is, in my opinion, is enough to take some heavy scales out there. Now, if we hit PT1, it would be about 6 points, which would be a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio trade, which would be good for break even. So yeah, guys. So once we see 6,202 to 6, if we see 6,292 or 6,290, take scales and move your stop loss to break even. All right, guys. That is the current game plan as of right now. In the meantime, guys, I'm gonna go get water real quick. So if we do end up seeing something there, obviously take scales. Don't worry about me. Hopefully I come back to a random sell-off, but I'll be back. All right, guys, give me 2 seconds. Let me go get water real quick. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm back, and okay, bet. Honestly, I don't even know if I sized. I don't know. I think I sized too light on this. You would imagine 20 micros is a lot, right? But Only up. Oh well. Okay, no. I was up $100 just a second ago, but I guess not. Now, guys, if you guys want to take scales now, I mean, it's not really a horrible idea to take some around now if you guys want to. If you guys want to secure some profits there. But for me, I'm holding until at least this London low. I really want to see that right there. So yeah, reminds me of Asia. That's how ES is. It's like Asia on crack, pretty much. But let's see if we can get one more selling into down here. I should be up about 300 if we do see that price target right there. This one right over here. Yeah, let's see. Let me get my skills ready. So if we do hit this London / Asia low right down here, I'm gonna take 15 off out of my 20 and then just hold 5. You know, just for some extra lunch money if we hit the remaining price targets. But I'm really hoping that we're able to see a nice candle flip here. Not that this candle has done much either way, but yeah. How much are you trimming at? I'm doing 15. So if you guys want, do what does scales mean? Scaling out is like, just scaling out. You're taking, yeah, pretty much streaming. So scaling and trimming the same thing. It's just securing profits. But yeah, let's see if we can get a candle flip over here. Obviously, you guys got to keep in mind that the market is a little bit choppy. I mean, look at NQ here. But as long as you have the bias and the trend pretty much laid out perfectly, we should be good. Scaling is basically scaling out. Yes, sir, bro. David, will you ever retire giving signals anytime soon? Nah. I like what I do. I enjoy it. It's a lot of pressure, I will say, but it's fun because, you know what I mean? I'm definitely not planning on, dude, I'm 19. I'm not going to retire anytime soon, bro. You know what I mean? I have my whole life ahead of me, But I feel like, look, trading, okay, look, let me kind of like, while we for this trade. Guys, for my OGs in here, all right? From OGs in here, you guys know I've been doing this. Discord has been a thing for about 3 years, right? For about 2 of these years, I barely had 20 people tuning in. And I still showed up every single day, live trading, giving out daily alerts, giving out education to the 4 people that would join the calls, the classes, and everything. You know what I mean? They're probably not in here, but guys, I've never been one to do Discord for the money. I know you guys are here, like 620 of you guys are in here tuning in and everything, and with the subscription and everything, but it was never like that. I used to do, I did Discord for 2 years straight, every single day, this exact Discord, with like 10 to 20 people every single day, just doing it. Because guys, in my opinion, look, my income comes from trading. Like a good portion of my income comes from trading. So obviously, if I'm trading by myself, it could be a lot more calming, but it's really, really, really like, it's a lonely career. Like you get bored quick. You know what I mean? Like if you don't have anyone to be in a call with, or anyone to talk to, or anyone to share your ideas with, it kind of gets boring. You know what I mean? So that's why I did it. Now, as long as I trade, I'll give out signals. You know what I mean? I don't really, it doesn't really bother me typing up, like a quick entry there, just giving it out. Whether it's a win or loss, it's up to you if you guys want to take it or not. You know what I mean? You're the one clicking the button at the end of the day. But for me, I find joy in giving out alerts. I find joy in helping you guys, because if I'm making money, if you guys are following along, you guys make money alongside with me. You guys don't understand how many friends I've had that they're like, yo, put me on. I give them access to the Discord and everything. They try it out and they make money. You know what I mean? It's the best feeling. And I get them to buy me lunch as well. So, it's a win-win. It's a win-win. They make money, I get free lunch. So yeah. Yeah, but no, on a real note, yeah, I pretty much, guys, once again, I don't really do Discord for the money. It's with the audience that I have now, which is you guys, obviously it's always good to, make another business out of it and, capitalize from it. Why not? But it was never for that. It was really never for that. But obviously, I can't really control how fast I grow. I'm just putting out my work, and the more people that see it, the more people that like it. Can I re-enter? Probably. I would wait for a little bit more selling. Right now, we're pulling back a little bit. So yeah, be careful with that. Be careful with that. Of course, wait for a nice rejection. But by the time we get a rejection, it's gonna be maybe a little bit too late. But who knows? Who knows? If you want to take the risk, by all means, go for it. Let me see. Don't help them switch up on them, bro. Let me see. I saw a message I wanted to kind of read here. I tried to get some of my friends into it, but everyone's too skeptical. Yeah, it's definitely hard to get people in. It's trading is more of like a, if you know, you know. You know what I mean? Like if you know it works, you know. But if you don't, then obviously some people are really skeptical, with their money, and I don't really blame them. I was the same way. You guys don't understand. The first time I put my first ever trade on options, bro, I was shaking. I'm like, yo, do I sell? I'm on $5, bro. That's enough. I'm selling. I'm selling. And bro, you know how it is. Like you get skeptical, especially with when you're putting your money with something that you don't know what to do with. You know what I mean? Like if you're in the market not knowing what to do, it's kind of hard. My boys think trading is a scam, or think it's just another way of gambling and it takes no skill. Well, yeah. A lot of people think like that. It's until you give it a try. Remember, I wouldn't say trading is gambling. Obviously, it's not guaranteed, but is every business a gambling a gamble? Because I mean, nothing's guaranteed. You know what I mean? Your success isn't guaranteed. It's all probability, I would say. Like the more things that you have in your favor, the more likely or the higher the chance it is to work. Obviously, it could look the best of the best of the best and still not work out. You know what I mean? And that goes with any business. So I would say it's more trading is like any other business. It's just all probability. It's how you play your cards, and it's if you do everything correctly. How many contracts? It's on the screen, man. It's on the screen. Let me see. How do you guys explain prop firms to people who never traded? Yeah, I agree. Don't. No, it's hard. It's definitely hard because, dude, imagine trying to tell someone, oh, yeah, if you pay a company $15, they're going to give you 50 grand to trade with. Dude, who the hell is going to believe that, bro? Who's going to believe that? Let's be honest. So, yeah, you definitely have to get a little bit more into the detail. You have to explain that it's prop money, but they're going to be like, oh, but like, I'm paying real money to trade with fake money. How does that work? It's a whole deal, bro. But as long as you can like get them to really listen and really like, hear you out, then you could probably get them to understand it. There's a lot of bad people in the trading guru market too, dude. Because look, take it from someone who does it or someone that's seen it happen a million times. Guys, in my opinion, the easiest way to make money on the internet with zero risk, zero everything, is courses. Zero zero risk. There's no risk. What you promote a little like a rented Lambo or whatever, or you promote like a little bullshit lifestyle in Miami downtown, just like how everyone does. You sell a course and that's it. Everyone buys it. You know what I mean? It's the easiest way to do it. It's you fake it and that's it. You fake it till you make it. Wait, so Blastus, can you explain why we're taking this trade on ES? I'm trying to learn and understand. Yeah, I got you, bro. So remember, um, I don't know if you tuned into the class that I did on Friday or not, but on Friday let me send it over to you. I ended up explaining my entire strategy, which is right over here. Right here. All right. I explained it all there. So remember, what we look for is the trend, which here is bearish. We look for our levels of liquidity, which in this case will be this Asia high. We look for the MSS model after the sweep, right? So we have the Asia high. We took it out right here. We're holding below it. Our bias is bearish. The MSS model goes from main low, higher low, higher low, higher low, and so on into we took at the high, right? Which was the main objective. We took at the high, lower high, lower high, lower high, confirming a bearish trend. Now that the trend is bearish, do we have room for lower? Look for levels of liquidity. Yes, we have London, Asia, volume gap, and another London. All right. So yes, although the market has sold off a lot, although ES has sold off a lot right now, yes. Do we still have room for lower? Yes, because our objective is down here, down here, down here, and down here, right? Which is our price targets. So now all we need is the entry model. The entry model will be off the 5-minute bearish rally over here. We look for a retracement followed with a rejection. We take shorts after a 5-point rejection, and that's it. We just let the market do its own thing, whether it works out or not. All right, and I know I did it a little bit quick, but watch through the video that I sent you, and it should work out a little bit better. All right. Yeah. Do you think it's gonna be a long ass trade? Although it is kind of still stuck at break even, I don't really think it's gonna be that long. We do have volume. It's just we just need like right now what the market is doing. Look at the panel right now. All right, look deeper into the market. Main high, lower high, lower high. What are we doing right here? Another lower high. So we're just pulling back before we go lower. All right, which is kind of why I was kind of speaking over the push up right here. Because I don't really think it's gonna do too much. Keep in mind we're right next to our level of liquidity right here. We might as well take it out. It's more of like a magnet. We just need that extra setting to really kick in. All right, but right now what we're kind of doing is kind of just pulling back. Notice how the buying pressure is really dying down on both ES and NQ. Once again, look at this. Main high, lower high, lower high, lower high. So all we need now is just a candle flip into our price target, and that's it. All right, so just give it maybe a few more minutes, and we should be good to go to take scales. All right, guys. Bro, come on now, bro. But yeah. Now let me kind of zoom in here just in case. There you go. Put that the magnet. Give me a second. Let me kind of get this ready just in case. Yeah, all we need now is realistically just a 2-point sell-off. I mean, we got it right here. We got it in all the candles. Can we get it again? Right, into our price target. NQ is selling off here. All we need is just one little push below this low, and we should be able to see this price target. Put the magnet. Let me see. There we go. Yeah, no, the market today is definitely. Now, I will say, guys. Okay, look. In the meantime, I will say for this week, expect price to kind of remain like this. It doesn't look horrible, but it doesn't look the best. Why exactly? Guys, look at the news report. All right. What is the news report telling us? Nothing. Right. So the market doesn't really have anything to really look forward to and really have a big push from. All right, guys. So as long as we don't have any news coming out, the market will kind of remain just based off volume, which kind of looks like this in most cases. All right. So we'll see. We'll see. The magnet isn't working, guys. Let me tell you that. But yeah. Tariffs are coming into effect today. No, I think it's on Wednesday. Either way, Wednesday it's FOMC. So, how was your long weekend, bro? Well needed, bro. Well needed. For the bigger market. I'm just hoping we don't chop up, man. That's the only thing I'm hoping for. It's FOMC minutes. Is it still the same effect? No, it's not. It's a way smaller effect, but I still believe that the market does end up chopping up due to FOMC minutes. So I just don't trade it. I just don't trade it. I don't do FOMC. I don't do Powell speaking. I don't do FOMC minutes. I don't do none of that. I don't really have the best luck. I've tried trading FOMC minutes, and in most cases, it just doesn't really, doesn't really line up the best. So I'd say we just avoid it. Plus, it's an extra day off. You know what I mean? It's always good to have your days off. Are the stops at 302? No, 303. But 302, 303, same thing. You know what I mean? The Nasdaq P is horrible. Yeah, I agree. Same thing with ES. Just ES has a little bit more of a reading, I would say. You know what I mean? Bro, trading FOMC back, dude. Options, bro. Bro, even if it went in your favor, bro, theta would kill those contracts in the second you enter, gone. You're automatically red, no matter what. Dude, I learned the hard way, bro. Options with FOMC was not a good mix, bro. Not at all, bro. The markets would have to move like $100 to even then just be at break even. How long would you be in this trade? However long it takes, man. Whether it's price target or stop loss. I've never been one to get out of my trades early. I've wanted to. There have been times where I'm like, yo, like, oh, like, dude, I've been stuck in this trade for the last 2 hours, bro. Like, I'm looking trying to get out. I typically don't. I would say it's more on discipline because it's either, you know what I mean? Obviously, I'm not gonna be putting X amount of money into the markets to then get out at like $10. You know what I mean? I might also either trade into my stop loss, which is my plan, or my take profit, which is my other plan. You know what I mean? There's no in between. The rest, whether it's chop or volume or whatever, it's just noise. You know what I mean? That's how I think about it. In most cases, more times than not, it's definitely made me money. Then, you know what I mean? Because remember, why are you gonna get out early when the trade hasn't really done what you expected? Although it might be taking a little bit longer. Keep in mind, your job is not to time the market. Your job is to just get, the way it's moving. Whether it takes 5 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, or maybe even all day. Just give it some time. You know what I mean? That's why they say patience is a part of a big part of trading. Man, let's see if we can finally get a candle flip here. We've been struggling to kind of flip it on this 5 minute. NQ is kind of pushing up here, which definitely something to keep in the back of our mind. But ES isn't really like reacting. So if NQ can kind of sell off a little bit more here, that should be the cue for ES to really shoot down into that price target, which is what we're waiting for. But we'll see. Yeah, and by the way, NQ looks hideous today. Maybe the PM session is a little bit better, but this morning has been, it looked good at first with this early morning sell-off. I thought that we were going to get a setup there, but literally nothing. So you're planning to, even if you're exactly. Why is this holding so strong above that point? Well, you got to keep in mind the market is kind of chopping up right now. So we're just kind of trading in a range, and ES doesn't really move. So it kind of seems like we're holding above a level. But wait, are we really? I mean, we might be, but it's just really slow. Once we're able to break below it, is NQ selling off? Look at that. There it is. There's a sell-off that we needed. Now we just need the sell-off to follow into ES, into our price target, and then we just take most contracts off. All right. Is stop market sell basically take profit? Okay. If you want to take longs, you click buy market. If you want to get out of the longs, you click sell market. If you want to enter shorts, you click sell market. If you want to get out of the shorts, you click buy market. All right. Don't make the mistake of entering shorts and buying more shorts, trying to sell it. It's happened 1,000,001 times to me. Trust me. Because, bro, trust me, the pressure is there. You're trying to rush. You're trying to get out quick. You have the profits there. You click sell, you buy more. Dude, it has happened to me so many times. Hey, last quick question. On your screen, how come the dollar amount? Oh, because they're not updated. One is faster than the other. And also because of fees. Keep that in mind. The fees play a big role. It's commission fees, and one is more delayed than the other. Oh my, holy sell-off. All right, I'm going to take 15 off here then. Oh, wait. Never mind. I was going to take 15 off there, but we didn't really see that. I didn't have enough time to really click the button there, so I'm hoping that doesn't come back and really beat me up. But we did get the selling. Did anyone manage to scale off that? Plus, I'm building my buffer. Is in your opinion, is it good to always take... Yeah. As long as... Look. Always take profits at PT1 until you freeze that drawdown. All right? Did you guys take profit? I'm about to take profit soon. I want to see a little bit lower. Let's see. There we go. 15 off right there, guys. Right there. I scaled 15 contracts off there. I'm going to move my stop loss over to... I'm not going to do break even just yet. But once we hit this London low, I'll do break even. There we go. All right, bet. How you guys doing? I know we might not be super green on the trade. I mean, we probably are super green on the trade. It kind of is moving a little bit, but you guys get the point. All right, let me see. Let me make sure. There's the London. Okay, I'm moving my stop loss over to break even here, guys. Break even set. All right, guys. All right, everyone. Make sure you scale out and make sure you move to break even. All right, guys. Pretty nice trade. Pretty calm trade. Let's see. PT1 hit on 6 points. Break even. Perfect. Pretty nice trade, honestly. Now we just do break even and we're risk free. That's it. There we go. How are you guys doing in the chat? Let me know, guys. Let me know. Fully out. Beautiful, my man. What's the next TP? The next TP is 6,286. It's a little bit far away, but we can probably see it. All right, no matter what happens now, we're risk-free, so it doesn't really matter. All right, guys? Now, if we do see a little bit... Oh, my. Yo. I'm going to take 3 off there. Guys, oh, my. Holy sell-off. What the hell just happened? Oh, my. Yo. Guys, I took 3 out there. Guys, I bottom ticked that, bro. Whew. Beautiful. 10 points. There it is. 10 points on ES. I scaled. How many? 2 contracts, 18 out of 20 contracts. Okay. I scaled. Seal. Here. There we go, guys. We are doing really nice on the day. Let me take profit. Let me take a screenshot of the trade really quick. Dude, I literally bottom ticked that, bro. Wait, let me take another screenshot. This one looks better. There we go. Okay, so 10 points on ES. I scale blah. I bet. Perfect. let me go ahead and send it over to RP server real quick for by the way, guys, in the meantime, if you guys are green, before you guys get off, if you guys want us, for me to promote it, if you guys want, go ahead and post your profits over in the profit channel. Hype that up. I'll give you guys a huge shout out for today's announcement. All right, guys. But yeah, if you guys are green off that, which should be everyone. Everyone should be green off this trade. It was, I mean, it wasn't impossible to really follow along. It's ES, so it's definitely a lot slower. But we made it work. We definitely made it work. All right. Glad I did minis on this one. I did two. I did two minis pretty much. Yeah. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Has anyone experienced showing off their wins? Okay, there's a difference between showing wins and bragging about your wins. I feel like I've always been someone that I believe in, like the what is it called, the bad eye. I say it in Spanish, but I think that's how you say it in English. That if you're like, oh dude, look, I have my car so much better than yours, bro. Like you have a little piece of shit. Look at mine, dude. The evil eye, that one. You know what I mean? That's gonna come back to you and really show you something. You know what I mean? So, dude, for me, I try. It's so I believe in it, bro. Now, people have told me like, hey, if you believe in God, don't really believe in that. But I've had experiences where I've tried barely flexing, and it's really come back to really bite me in the ass. You know what I mean? So I've learned the hard way to stay humble and just stay quiet and just, you know what I mean? Just don't really show it to people. I mean, because, you know what I mean? Karma looks scary. Dude, I'm super scared of karma, bro. Dude, I promise you, bro, I'll even barely think of something bad. Like, not even say it, not even show it, just think about it. I'm like, yo, I gotta chill out, bro. You know what I mean? Like, that's like, yeah, dude. No, I don't really believe in it as, like, I believe in it as humbling. I guess that's another way to say it. But I've always, okay, look, anytime I've had, like, because I've had a lot of bad in my life, like, not like that, like not depression or anything, but like mental, like exhaustion, like burnt out, like I've like the losing streak, or when I got in a car accident with my first car, stuff like that. I've always thought about it like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, I've always believed it as like, yo, God won't, you know what I mean? Like, he won't give you a battle that you can't handle. You know what I mean? You guys get what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And little do you know, every single time I think like that, I always bounce back so much stronger. Always. Bro, the first car I had was my Honda. I didn't crash. I got crashed into. I'm like, damn, bro, like I feel so down. Like my mom bought me this car, bro, and it's gone. Little do you know, that's when my trading started taking off. A few months later, I buy one of my, what was my dream car, which was my dad. It was my dad's old BMW. I was able to buy in full cash. I'm like, yo, like, you know what I mean? And then that car started breaking down, bro. I promise you guys, I couldn't even sleep at night, bro. I'm like, yo, like, my engine's about to blow up, bro. Like, this thing is, like, every day's a new issue. I can't do this anymore, bro. Like, I'm running out of money. Little do you know, a few months later, I buy my dream car, a C8 Corvette. You know what I mean? Exactly, JP. I agree. My grandma, my whole family says the same thing. I agree. Pass my Eva. Nice, bro. Nice. Guys, if you guys are green on the day, guys, go post your profits over in the profit channel. I'm gonna go ahead and give you this the funded roll. So you can, so you're there. But yeah, I've always believed, like God always gives the he will never give you a battle that you can never handle. So if you guys, maybe there's some people in here that might be going through some stuff, you know what I mean, mentally or physically, just believe, guys. You know what I mean? You gotta have faith. Blast, how did you make money before trading? I didn't, bro. Now you might be like, yo, like this guy has everything handed over to him. Guys, no. I started trading at 15 years old. I've been in the game for some time now. You know what I mean? So I've been losing money for some time, but you know what I mean? I was about to apply. I was actually applying when I remember I applied to Home Depot, the one next to my house, and that was when I got into trading. And my mom was like, you know what, give it a try, Whatever. She ended up giving me a little bit of money, because I used my own that I used, that I got working with my dad, which is about $200. I turned that money to 600, and I lost it all the next day. And then I'm like, yo, if I could do this one time, I could definitely keep doing this. You know what I mean? No, they didn't, bro. They actually didn't, and thank God they didn't, bro, because I probably wouldn't be here right now. But yeah. How to scale and trade it? Here, check this out. I'm gonna send you a video real quick. Just watch it in your own time. Dude, it is hot as hell. I'm gonna turn on the AC real quick because damn, it is hot. Give me a second. Yeah. Once again, back to the topic, guys. If you guys are ever going through something, bro, just what's the saying? There's always light at the end of the tunnel or something. Something like that. I used to go by this one saying when I was like really starting off. It's like, okay, think about it like this, guys. All right, think about it like this: a slingshot, right? Like these things. Hold on, slingshots. No, bro, it shows me the fucking car, bro. Hold on, slingshot with 2 sticks. Okay, this, right? You guys know this. The way I think about it is, the more you're going through, think about it like a slingshot going back, more pressure, more pressure, more pressure, more pressure, and when you let go of that slingshot, boom, you take off. The rock takes off. Think about it like that. You know what I mean? When you have a lot of pressure on you, especially for me, bro, because there's so many of you guys in here, so much I have to take care of, the DMs, the education, the trades, the everything. You know what I mean? It's like like the mental, the pressure, everything. It's like you keep pulling it back, and then you just take off. After a while. That's how I've always thought about it. So yeah, guys. All right. But anyways, let's go. Let's get back into the trade. We still haven't. We're about to CPT2 as well, guys. So let me get ready for this. If you CPT2, obviously I'll take one contract off and just hold the rest, the last one for we unlocked the bro. Nah, I don't really talk about that, but it's like a lot of people, including me, it's like silent battles. I'm not saying that I'm depressed or anything. That's not what I'm trying to say. It's there's stuff that you just fight on your own. You know what I mean? But you just gotta believe. Have faith. Are you gonna do a PM session today or not? Nope. I'm already green with the premium. All right. What website? Yeah, bet. Okay, bet. Anyways, let me make sure my stop loss is. Oof! I almost forgot to change my stop loss. I had 5 there. And put it to 2. I break even. Buy 2 stop. There we go. All right, bet. Did we take out the NQ London low? Good question. Did we? No, we barely missed it actually. Yeah, bro, look at this. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Keep in mind, on ES we already took out everything, so we're pretty much already green on this. David, you're in the inspiration of the YNs. Thank you, bro. That's what I preach, bro. That's what I preach. Okay, I know I asked it like 10 minutes ago, but can you explain how to take profit one more time? Okay, so remember, right now we're in shorts. All right, so in order to enter shorts, you click sell market. All right, that's gonna put you into a negative position. All right, that's why if you look at my screen, you might notice like yo, why are you in -2? When it shouldn't be just +2. No, -2 means that when the market goes down, you make money for the market going down. All right, so in order to get into this -2 position, what do? You sell what you don't have, right? Putting you in a minus position. All right, so that's how you enter shorts. Now, to get out of those shorts, how do you turn something negative into positive? Well, you add into it. So how do you add? Well, you add into your position, meaning that you click buy market. So in order to enter shorts, you click sell market. To get out of the shorts, you click buy market. To enter longs, you click buy market, and to get out of the longs, you click sell market. And if you need help with that, I have a complete video on it, right over here. Let me send it over to you. Where was your message? Bitcoin, right over here. All right, let me catch up with the chat in the meantime. Okay, let me see. Oh, and we are selling off. We're about to see PT2, guys. So be ready. Let me set it to 1 right here. Oh, and by the way, guys, for the people still tuning in, guys, the Apex 80% off discount is ending tomorrow, I think. So, guys, take advantage when you guys have the chance. All right. I don't know if they're gonna. I know a lot of you guys were probably expecting a 90% off and I was too, but we didn't see it. So in the meantime, guys, I don't think we're gonna see it. So if anything, take advantage of the 80% off just in case. And yeah, all right. So tomorrow it ends. All right, guys. So I'll put it out one more time later today just in case. But yeah, let me see. Plus 500 for the trade total. Damn, how much did you size? You probably got better trims than me because I'm only up 400. But I might take. I want to take one more off very very soon at this low right down here. David, when do you change your stop loss to trail rather than break even? Once a trade sees like really, really, really green, I'll start trailing it to some candle highs or candle lows. So, for example, if we're all the way down here, I'll probably just trail my stop loss from break even to like this like rejection point right over here. You get what I'm saying? It's really up to you. There's no like specific point. Regardless whether you do trail a green trailing stop loss or a break even stop loss, you're not risking anything. So it's all preference. Just make sure you don't move your stop loss too early because obviously you're gonna be leaving profits on the table with one little pullback. You know what I mean? So be careful with that. But you know what I mean? Whenever you feel like the time is right, just um just take it. All right, let me see. Actually building buffer, taking profits, taking full profits at TP1 is a little bit hard in my opinion, don't you think? Okay, think about it like this, all right? And I want a lot of you guys to really pay attention here because I know a lot of you guys are either building your buffer or stuff like that, or maybe like trying to work towards freezing that drawdown, guys. Okay, I know a lot of you guys in here have played Minecraft, all right? And you might be like, yo, what the hell does Minecraft have to do with trading? Hear me out, all right? So in the game, right, you start off with nothing, right? How do you work your way up into netherite or diamonds? Well, you start with now copper, right? It was, with a new update, but it starts with copper. You go to iron, then you go to what is it? Gold, diamond, netherite, right? How do you do it? You're building your armor. All right, let's go to trading. All right, fresh new account, right? Let's compare. Fresh new account. You just started the world, right? You're gonna start building the buffer with light size, taking profits, taking profits, taking profits. As you keep taking profits per trade at TP1 every single time, you're not really risking too much trading drawdown because the trade is not going to go to break even or go to red or anything, right? But as you keep taking that full profit, your account is going to be slowly building up, right? And how's it with Minecraft? You're slowly building up that armor as you go on, right? As you keep playing. With trading, as you keep trading, that buffer keeps building up until you have enough to have diamond armor or netherite armor. Same thing with trading. You have a frozen drawdown, and then you have a ton of drawdown to really afford losing trades. You get what I'm saying? So think about it like that. So sure, taking full profits at TP1 and the trade going on in your favor could be a little bit of FOMO, but keep in mind, bro, like, you know what I mean? You still made money and you're still building that account. Right now, your goal should not be to focus on a payout. Although you're on a PA account, and the whole point of a PA account is to get a payout, right? There's levels to it. All right. Before you get that payout, you need to make sure that you have the longevity behind that account. How do you get it? By building up that buffer. All right. So I know right now we hit TP1 and we're way below TP1 by about 4 points, which could be extra money in your pockets. But think about it like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, some of you guys really need to learn how to take base hits and not be greedy. Not every trade will be a home run trade. All right, some trades will be 20 points, some trade will be 30, 40, 100, 200, 300. All right, there's no way in telling, but whatever you get, just take it. I mean, guys, the whole point in the market, your job in the market is not to catch every move. If the market pushes up right now, do you have to enter longs? No. All right, guys, if you make your profit, take it and run. You made your share of the market today. All right, go off, run off, enjoy the money, and come back tomorrow. You know what I mean? So yeah, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, guys. All right, let me drink some water, guys. I didn't take my first payout till 54K and only took 500. Yeah, like that. That's pretty good. Now, are there rules or is there like a rule in when should I take my payout and everything? Not really, guys. Look, some people might not be in the best situations. Some people might be in better situations. So you can take a payout whenever. If you have the opportunity to take $500 right then and there, take it. I mean, if you need it, or if you want it, take it. It's not preference. But if you want more longevity on the account and you want more of like a shield on the account, obviously you can take a little bit of a payout, but make more than what you're requesting. So your account has a lot more drawdown after that payout request. Because remember, guys, they take the money from your account. So if you request 500, that's 500 being taken away, and that's $500 worth of drawdown being taken away from your account. All right, guys. Let me see. I have a question. Do you guys trade on Tradevate or connect to TradingView? Okay, look, I'm gonna tell you, don't connect it to TradingView mainly because it's really delayed. Like, it's not worth it. I know it could be like a lot more pleasing to the eye, blah blah blah. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Dude, just get used to it, bro. Like, just Just grow a pair, bro. You know what I mean? That's the best way I could say it. Because look, I get it. TradingView is super good, but there's a lot of downside to it. Like the because keep in mind, guys, the way it works is you have to send an order. If you're trading on TradingView, TradingView has to then receive that order, send it to TradeAvate. TradeAvate has to then send it out, and then you get your order filled. That's a little window right there. You know what I mean? That you can really get delayed from, right? And that, you know, in a really volatile market, I've seen a lot of slippage. And by slippage, I'm talking 20 points, you know, with a selling candle like this. All right? Because guys, remember, TradingView has its own server. That server has to send it over to TradeAvate. TradeAvate then has to send it over to, you know, whatever it sends it over to, and then it fills your order. All right, so in that little few millisecond time span, or maybe even 1 or 2 second time span, that's money that's being left on the table. So what I would do is, if you guys have a second monitor or whatever, TradingView on the main monitor, TradeAvate on the second monitor. That's exactly what I have always. That is my favorite setup. No more, no less. All right. I use TradeSync. I've heard. Look, I know TradeSync works. It's a good concept, but it's really new. And I've heard so many bad things with TradeSync because what's it called? Just the delay, a lot of bugs, a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, Replicanto is really good. It's been in the game for years. That thing is good. That one is really, really good. Then a third monitor for Discord. For me, I have my TradeAvate at the top and my Discord on the bottom because I have my monitor like vertical. Is that what it is? Horizontal, vertical? Yeah, vertical. So yeah, I don't really need a third monitor, nor do I really have space for it. But yeah. All right, let's see if we can get a sell off here. I really want to see this final take profit so I can take one more contract off and probably just get off because I am really hungry. Yo, Joker, take it easy, my man. Peace out, bro. Peace out. Hopefully you're green for today, bro. Hopefully you're green. There's a delay on. Yeah, it's a because remember it has to send it out to all of the prop firms. All of the prop firms have to fill the order. It's a whole bunch of things, bro. Good on the day, beautiful guys. By the way, if you guys are green on the day, guys, go post your profits over in the profit channel. All right, guys. And damn, a lot of you guys got off. I don't blame you guys, but damn. Let me check up on YouTube. YouTube, how you guys doing? How you guys doing? Let me see. The candle on ES, how many points does it need to be like on a Q set? 10 points. 10 points. Let me respond to your message. 10 points on ES. Did you lower your stop? I did. It is currently at break even. 2 contracts, break even. Where are you speaking to these people? I can't see it in your Discord. We're live on Discord right now. Right here. About 300 and yeah, bro, come on now, bro. About 330 people. There were 600, but you know, with the green trade, mostly everyone left. Can you explain prop fees? It's just like a little. I don't even know how to explain it, bro. It's just something that they do. Why? I don't know. It's prop money, but that's just the way it is. I just hit my $3,000 target goal on Top Step. How do I claim a payout today? Okay, so Gio, pay attention. Today at 6 p.m. EST. All right, 6 p.m. EST. You're gonna go over to your Top Step dashboard. And at the top where it says your name, you're going to click that and you're going to click request a payout. And right there, you fill out your information, you put how much you want. Boom. All right. But yeah. Now, you got to keep in mind, TopStep doesn't have a target goal for a payout. As long as you just are green for 5 days, you're good. So if you have a $3,000 target goal on TopStep, you're probably on an eval. So you probably won't be able to request your payout. But if you're on XFA, you should be good. All right. But if you're on eval, obviously you just pass your account. You know, no money there, but hey, this is a step in the right direction. You pass your account. Now you can really get the payout. You know what I mean? But remember, for Top Step, it is 5 consecutive days green, $200 plus. You request whatever you have, you're good. All right, dude. No way, bro. At this point, bro, $3 away from passing, bro. Dude, I wish Top Step would like these platforms would like round it up, bro. Once we get out of this W trade, I gotta get ready. Wait, are you gonna do like the acting, or are you already done with it? Because I know you were talking about it. But yeah, let's see. We're getting a little bit more selling here. Hopefully we get all we're missing is literally 1 point. All we need is 1 point to a downside, and that's it. That's PT2 hit. Can we see it though? I'm sure we can see it. The selling pressure is definitely there. Let's see. Because I really want to take one more off here. I was 80 cents from Pat, dude. Dude, the closest I've ever gotten to not passing was $2 away. I took a trade, and bro, instead of doing one micro, I did one mini, and I blew that account, bro. But that was like when I was starting off, bro. I promise you guys, I literally felt like quitting trading right there. Not that I'm off just today. What movie are you working on? I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna be vegan. I've never tried anything vegan. It looks good, but I'm not gonna say it. You guys already know. I know I'm gonna get clipped, so I'm not gonna say it. But you guys know what I'm gonna say. You know what I mean? I'm just not vegan. You know what I mean? This is not. I'm not gonna say that, bro. I'm not gonna. You said it, but you said it for me. Wait, can you get protein from being vegan? Yeah, from what? Tofu, dude. Tofu is nasty, bro. Dude, one time, wait. Someone asked a question. Bless. What hours of the day do you prefer to trade? My favorite hours of the day is the first hour of market open, most volatile hour every single time. I love it. And then the rest is kind of like whatever. If there's a setup, I'll take it. You know. Dude, I tried. I went to like this like Chinese place to go eat. It was really really good. But I got like this fried rice, and it came with like a salad or like a tofu soup. I'm like, you know what? I'm always getting a salad. Why not try a tofu soup? Like I see it in cartoons. It looks really good. Like if you guys watch like Teen Titans Go, when I was a kid, bro, that thing looked really good. And you know what? How? Let me see how it is, bro. I almost threw up, bro. This was nasty. I don't like tofu, bro. Yeah, that and bro, all watery, bro. That water tastes like mud, bro. Nasty. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna take one more skill here. Boom. There we go. All right, break even stop plus one contract. All right, there we go. There we go. There we go. PT2 hit. There we go. All right, how many points are we up on ES? We're up. There we go. You know what? Let me kind of retype this alert. I don't. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. Let me take a better screenshot here for the. All right, PT2 hit on ES for 12 points. I scaled 19 out of 20 contracts here. I'm looking at my counter pass. All right. There we go. Let me send it out in this server as well. One sec, guys. Bro, I wish I had like a bot that would just auto send the alerts, bro. Because typing alerts, copy and pasting 3 pictures plus a text, bro. It's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I gotta see if I can get someone to make me a bot to just send it over an RP server. That'll be so much easier. All right, PT2 hit on ES for 12 points. There we go. All right. Yo, nah, bro, Debo. Yeah, bro. Last week you said you punched your monitor, bro. What are you on about, bro? Follow the channel. Oh, I Discord has told me about that, bro. Dude, honestly, bro, Debo, I've gotten very close to breaking my monitor like that, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Guys, I might just take full profits here and just go eat. Are you guys down to take full profits here? Plus, I'm still confused about adjusting the stop loss after trimming. It's pretty simple. You just move it from where it was red. You move it to break even, and that's it. See it out here? All right, bet. Yeah, I'm happy with 430 on the day. I'll take it. All right, guys, I'm fully out of the trade. $435 profit on the day. We will take it, guys. We will take it. All right. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go eat some cereal. I'm starving. I got you, bro. I got you. I'll check it out right now. Let me see, dude. I have so many, dude. Like, guys, it's like I respond to 1 million DMs and then I blink and I have another million to check up on. Guys, look at this. So I got some work to do after this trade, guys. Thank you. I got you, my man. I got you. All right, guys. Anyways, guys, go off and enjoy your day. Beautiful way to start the Monday. We'll take it. All right, guys. I got you, bro. Don't worry. But cereal, it's like that blue. What is it? It's honey bunches of oats. I think the blue one, the one with almonds. Dude, I think it's so good, bro. It's either that one or the Oreo ones. But the Oreo ones, amazing, bro. But dude, straight sugar, bro. Dude, my stomach always hurts after I eat them, so I just stopped. I stopped taking them, bro. But yeah, anyways, guys, I'm off. The stream was way better than last week. What do you mean? The stream was the same. Now I know we might have had a little bit of a hiccup on Wednesday or Thursday. Was it Thursday? Wednesday, Thursday? Oh, cutting out. Oh, I don't control that. That's Discord. When I feel like when there's a lot of you guys in the dude, that's a beautiful car, bro. When there's a lot of you guys in the call, I feel like Discord kind of bugs out and it just, it just does that. But I can't control it. I already updated my computer. I did everything. After I cancel the subscription on top, so can I turn it on again? Unfortunately, not, bro. You have to contact support. They'll do it for you, but they'll be like, "Oh yeah, bro, like we can't do it, but we'll do it once. Just learn your lesson." That's about it. So take that as a lesson, all right, bro. Anyways, guys, all right, I am off for the day. I'm gonna go eat. No more talking because, dude, I am starving. All right, guys. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time tomorrow, 9:40 a.m. EST. Let's keep this winning streak going. All right, guys. All right, peace out, guys. Enjoy your days. Peace, peace, peace. And YouTube, guys, hopefully you guys were able to enjoy the stream. Hopefully you guys were able to make some money with me. And guys, once again, if you guys are interested in joining the premium, I currently have a new sale going on right now. It was a little bit of a flash sale, which I did last night, but I still have it active. So guys, if you guys do want to join the premium, guys, use code FLASH. All right, that's FLASH for 70% off any premium upgrade. All right, guys, here is the link if you guys are interested in joining. Here you go. Boom. And let me go ahead and send you guys the code right here for 75% off any premium upgrade. All right, guys, this will give you access to all of my educational content. This will give you access to all of my real-time live trading with no delay like on YouTube. And this will give you access to real-time alerts like how we put out every single day or every single trade real time. All right, as you guys see, I alerted the trade, ES shorts, all that good stuff. Here's the chart. Everything you guys need, it's all here. All right, guys, here's this one and all that good stuff. All right. So yeah, if you guys are interested in joining, guys, it is code FLASH for 70% off any premium upgrade. I'm really hoping to see you guys in the winning side, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at 9:40 a.m. EST. And by the way, guys, before you guys get off, all right, make sure to take advantage of the current 80% off Apex discount code. All right, guys. Tomorrow is the last day to really take advantage of this code. I don't really think it's gonna come back anymore. It's been a thing for a while now. But guys, here's the discount. 80% off. Use code Blastoise with this link over here. Let me go ahead and send it over to you guys once again. Give me 1 second. Boom, 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 boom. And this one right over here with code Blastoise will give you 80% off. All right, guys. But yeah, all right, guys. I am off for the day. I will see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy the day and enjoy the profits that you guys make.